search of the 3 missing Montgomery College students continues in Frederick County.
And I got to play with your wand. It was great.
Definitely fun.
Keep going. No,
Yo, what the
Yes,
fuck? That's so
on it. I've watched
good.
these movies hundreds of times, all 6 of them. So we can get into it. Cheers. Cheers.
Yeah, we
everybody.
can.
So he's got.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I have my
Yeah,
highbrow
cheers.
can of
Cheers.
Coke and whiskey.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
All right.
I've got a Falangina white wine spritzer.
Okay.
How dare you?
Hell yeah.
Wine is good.
Courtesy of Kristen.
Who's
Yeah.
Kristen?
I wouldn't have remembered that moment from the beginning of Scream 6 because I checked out almost instantly. I hated that opening. I hated.
Oh, you did
I
with her
really-
on that dick.
I didn't like that movie.
I didn't really like that movie either. I didn't like that movie either.
Look at Terrell. He's got a
Why didn't you like it? Well, Sam, welcome to Footage
I just-
Foreplay.
Thank you
Let's
for
just start with
having
that.
me.
But why don't you like Scream 6?
I just think that they missed the mark. I think that taking them out of that suburban environment and trying to create that same feeling in this, urban environment, it just felt different. It felt not that the other films felt realistic, but there was something about Scream 6 that felt completely far-fetched. And I think they overdid it with the museum and all of the,
There was a Saw finale in the end of the movie.
it just the shrine and all of it just felt like it was so implausible. And I just really did not like it. Aside from Courtney Cox and her scenes, which were amazing. It was great to
Which
finally.
is great. I was about to say, I saw
No.
the premiere and you liked your Courtney Cox. So
No,
she
I
had
am
a whole
Gail Weathers.
She had her first phone
She
call.
had her
which
first
is
phone
great.
call, and
Mhm.
no, that
Chase
scene
scene.
delivered. That scene definitely
Yeah.
delivered, and they kept our girl alive, which
Mhm.
I appreciate. But I think having Nev Campbell absent, it just didn't. It felt really disconnected from the rest of the films. And I think
So,
even
before we-
Scream 5, although it gets a lot of criticism, if you go back and watch Scream 5, it still feels
I love Scream 5.
Me too. I loved it.
And people were online talking about, oh, they turned Dewey into a cowboy. Where the fuck have you been? Dewey's always been a cowboy.
Nobody
He
said
just
that.
started as the shakiest
Seriously.
gun in the West and turned into
You're the
fucking...
least Scream fan on this cast right now, Evan. So everything you're saying is going through one ear and out the other.
To be
So
fair,
back
yeah,
to
I am the
Sam,
one who loves Scream 3.
the
so
least. Yeah, well, that's fine. But I want to ask you,
No, Scream
Sam,
3 is
what is?
It's chef's
Go ahead.
kiss.
Yeah, no, you can say it.
Genius.
I just wanted you to, before we got started, to rank your Scream, all of them, in order personal to you. What is your Scream ranking? From best to worst.
Scream 1, obviously, the original would be top of the list. And then I think Scream 3,
Hell yeah.
then Scream
Okay.
2, then
Okay.
Scream 5,
Okay.
Okay.
then Scream 4, then Scream 6. And
Okay.
going back, I misspoke earlier. I was saying even Scream 4, which gets a lot of criticism, I like better than Scream 6. Scream 4, the middle film that was with Emma Roberts, I love that one, even though it was
Yeah.
Me too.
heavily
Yeah.
criticized. I loved it.
Yeah,
And it's
Get
still
some in-world
felt-
camera in there with the
She-
hidden cameras in the barn. I love
Yeah.
that shit.
Oh my god.
And Emma, of
Yeah, well,
course,
Emma-
has now become a dear friend of mine. She's a Sag Harbor local.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm kidding. She's not a dear friend yet. Maybe when she sees this episode. But she actually, we were filming a scene many years ago, and I kid you not, and I have the raw footage. She doesn't appear on camera, but you can hear her voice. It was one of the scenes where I was fully dressed as Ghostface, and we were filming in a retail space, and she walked in, and I turned around wearing the Ghostface mask, and I think she was so confused and caught off guard. And she just ran away.
I love her.
She was fearing for her life.
She was arguably my favorite Ghostface next to Billy and Stu, because she was so unhinged. Like she killed her family, was going to kill her cousin just for fans. She didn't care about anybody.
Right.
That's ruthless.
Totally unhinged.
I loved it. That's why Scream 4 is like higher on my list than yours. But I liked it. I thought Scream 4 was amazing. Period.
I like Scream 4
and
also.
Scream 2, Gail had arguably the best chase scene I think ever, like next to Helen Shivers. Like that whole scene in that maze and her, that was so intense. Like, and then Dewey couldn't hear her. It was just a whole lot. That scene
in the film
studio.
school where she's with like proof walls. Yeah, that was
so
a good scene.
Mm-hmm.
I like the dance
Helen
numbers.
Shivers, are you referring? You're like swapping franchises. We're crossing
I'm jumping
over
around
to
because that's
I know what you did last summer.
Yeah. Oh, you don't like that movie?
I love it. Are you kidding me?
Okay. Well, that chase scene for me is like one of my top chase scenes, and I love Sarah Michelle Gellar, Buffy, all that good stuff. That's like my favorite show.
Same.
But that scene was like she went from the car to her sister's job to jumping out of a balcony to running. She was.
What was her
everywhere.
sister's name, Terrell? What was her sister's name?
I don't know. She was the bitch.
Her name was
the
Elsa.
Bitch.
Her name was Elsa.
Elsa Shivers. Yes.
The Ice Queen.
Yeah,
oh my god!
Frozen,
I feel like
go.
I'm getting to watch a speed dating round where y'all immediately got Scream and just just dive right into it. This is fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I've seen Terrell argue with 3 people 10 seconds after watching a Scream movie, and it was the most fun. Not for the other.
Well, I'm not doing that on this. I already made these people wait. I'm keeping it cute.
It's
great.
Mm-hmm. We
We're
just
ready.
talked about Scream 2 episodes ago too with
we did
Maxime. Yeah, and
really?
We ranked them on that episode too.
Yep, Traumatica that just came out. We had the filmmakers on, and they all ranked the Scream series. And it's just interesting to see people's rankings. Everyone's so different.
What would yours be?
Mine, it fluctuates a lot, but I think mine would go 1, 4, 2, and 6 keep flipping. So 2, 6. Then it will go
6,
5, then 3.
Right.
Yep. I liked 6 a lot. I liked the chase scene. I like a good chase scene. Melissa Barrera, I hated her in 5, and I learned to like her a lot in 6. I liked the grittiness of the ghost face. I liked the shrine. Like, I'm a collector. If you've seen my place, like Russell calls it the Spirit Halloween store. Like, I would collect everything in that shrine. I would get that. I like the Kirby thing. I loved Kirby in 4. I feel like I see myself in her. I'm like that horror type of person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like the whole Randy, and then like
She's coming back.
Jokes, like how Stu. I don't think Stu is alive. I don't like that theory. For me, I like how Ghostface is someone different each time. I don't want to see somebody that's already been a Ghostface come back and be like, "Oh, I'm the killer again." Like that. Like for me, it kills the reveal. In my opinion, I mean, people want Stu back.
I don't think he'll be the killer.
Hmm?
I think he won't be the killer if he's back again. There's no way.
It wouldn't kill the reveal if it was like a shock surprise at the end, right? If that character didn't appear at all throughout the film, and then all of a sudden they remove the mask and it's Laurie Metcalf as Debbie Salt, you would be
that was great.
Blown away.
That was great.
She's probably my favorite Ghostface, aside from
she was great.
She was great. But I hear she's coming back. They're all returning in some capacity for the 7th film. So my theory is there's got to be some sort of AI, hologram component to
the killer.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
But no,
I mean, how else could they bring all of these characters back, including Dewey?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dewey's back too? What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. He doesn't know.
Okay.
Returning.
So, they're all returning.
So back to the part 3. You liked part 3. So Mark Kincaid was like the whole love interest for Nev Campbell's character for Sydney. And part 7, they announced a different character is playing Mark. How do you feel about that? He likes Scream 3. I wanted to ask.
Yeah, no, I think it's just a coincidence that the Mark that she ultimately married is not the Mark that we met in Scream 3. I think it's probably like a scheduling conflict, that prevented Patrick Dempsey from returning. And they probably, when they made Scream 5 and they referenced Mark, they probably were like setting the stage for him to return, but then he couldn't. So they had to just come up with an
comedian. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, the movie's going to be less dreamy because of it.
Because they got that comedian and Anna something from the Pitch Perfect movies. What's her name? Anna something.
No, they have Joel McHale.
Kendrick?
Yeah,
Anna
Kendrick?
Comedian?
No. Well, they
Joel
added
McHale.
Anna. Yeah, they added a girl, Anna Camp. They added her as well as Sydney's new.
Well, they added, ironically, my cousin Jimmy Tatro has a role in the new Scream, and he's my cousin.
What?
Oh,
He's my
really?
second cousin.
Oh, really?
Hell
But you
yeah.
related to Scream Universe characters. Okay.
I know. It's a small world.
Did you?
Should have
The
lived.
movie
with
just
that.
got more meta.
It sure did, actually. Did you?
Wait,
Did you watch the
hold on. Joel McHale's gonna be in it.
Yes,
Who?
he plays Mark. Russ, where have you been?
Oh my god, that's a weird cast.
You know what my prediction for this movie is? They're about
No,
to
and
fuck
nobody
this
asked.
shit up harder than they did Scream 6, I think. I just feel like there's no way, dude. Everything you guys are talking about are red flags to me. I feel like it's...
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
Jumping the Shark. This is like Henry Winkler's coming back to play Fonzie in Happy Days, and he's jumping the shark.
Oh,
That's
shit.
okay.
Terrell, you get the
Nobody
reference?
gets that. How old is everyone here?
I don't know.
what
It
you're
sounds
talking
like
about.
Yeah, I got
Nickelodeon or something.
I was
don't
waiting
know.
on
No,
Terrell's
no.
reaction. and
Anyways,
Henry
no.
Winkler...
Henry Winkler played principal in the first Scream.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Henry
he got the
Yeah,
little
so he
teenage
also
hung on the door, right?
Yeah,
Or
he
some
was
was
shit.
Freddy.
I didn't like
Played
him.
Fonzie. He played Fonzie on the TV show Happy Days.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay,
Remember?
And
I didn't watch-
have you heard
I
the
saw
term "jumping
syndication.
the shark"?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but you know the origin of it.
No, is that from
No.
Happy Days too?
Yes, it relates to an episode
really?
of Happy Days.
Oh my.
When
I didn't know
Fonzie,
that.
Henry's character, like is in some sort of challenge where he has to go over a shark in a jet ski, and they say it was like the episode that really like where the show turned from being like a good show into
It
just
jumped
being
the
like
shark.
crap.
Literally.
Yeah, it was
So-
like grounded, but now
Yeah.
they're just doing anything.
Exactly.
I always say jump the gun,
You
but
get
it's
it,
probably because I
you
live
get
in
it.
Mississippi.
No, okay,
Oh,
Evan.
Evan.
No,
you
you know,
could lay
but
out
you know,
the,
Evan,
the buzzball.
You might have heard the term nuking the fridge. Have you ever heard that?
No, is that
Nuking
from
the
Fallout?
fridge?
What the
No.
fuck?
Yeah, nuking the fridge. They tried to like take Jumping the Shark and like upgrade it for like a younger audience. Nuking the fridge is what they did in the Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah,
Oh.
He
they referenced
survived
in
a
Fallout,
nuclear
which was my
blast
joke.
hiding in a fridge. And it was like dumb, like you ruined it. That's
Right.
the vibe that they're trying to like coin. Terrell.
Well, let's
Fallout
hope
New
that-
Vegas.
Let's
You
hope
can
that we
find a
don't have to use
refrigerator.
any of these terms to describe Scream 7. I'm hopeful. I think that they're going to actually redeem themselves from Scream 6. I think with having Nev back and having it about her and without Melissa
so.
and Jenna. I didn't like them at all. I didn't get it. Jenna
Oh.
Ortega
I'm with it.
and
All
Melissa
right,
Barrera.
I love Nev. That's my
I
favorite
have
final
Nev.
girl. I've
Yeah,
met her.
Nev, he's loves. He's saying Jenna Ortega and them. He's who
You
he
let Evan
loves.
talk, and then I'll jump in.
Oh, I'll jump. I'll get it in.
Anyways, I love Nev. When I met her recently at CreepyCon, she was super, super, super nice, super lovable, and just like so personable. She's so great. And I was so
I'm
nervous.
happy to
I
hear
didn't know what
that.
the fuck to say. I said, what the fuck did I say? I said it was an honor or something. It was so stupid because that's what happened in Scream 5. I didn't know what to fucking say. And I'm usually asked for, so I'm great at talking to people. I could not talk to this woman. It was horrible.
They
You're
recast her in
starstruck.
season 2 of Twisted Metal also, and I was annoyed about that because she was one of the highlights and anchors, in my opinion, of the show, and they just recast her like it was nothing.
Okay.
So-
Speaking of shows, Sam, have you watched the Scream, the TV show?
No, I
We
never
don't spend a lot of
watched
time
it.
on this. Okay, that's
I never
fine.
watched
Liquid
it.
6. All right, so let's take another shot. So cheers to you, Sam. Thank you for coming in and just rambling on with us. But I want to ask you some questions now. Cheers. So I want
Okay.
to know, where'd you get your start? Where'd you get your start into the show business and all this good stuff? And talk about the premiere a little bit, which is really fun. I can't wait. I want to get in your head on this one. But you're making like a musical of the first Scream movie, and you were wild. There's pure shenanigans, and I just want to get into it. So tell me your start, and then how the start was from the premiere, and get into that. Let's do that.
Okay.
Cheers.
Well, I guess like my earliest kind of connection to entertainment was growing up. You know, I always loved performing. I did musical theater as a kid, and I loved, watching movies and TV shows. And I saw Scream in 1996. I was 10 years old. And I remember that was the film that kind of like lit the flame for me. And shortly after that, I got a camcorder and I started like writing screenplays, and they were all kind of horror films that were kind of the same format as Scream, where I would have characters, based on my friends, and there was a killer, and then I got a camcorder, and I would just kind of like, play around with my friends. Instead of playing sports or video games, I was just like shooting films. I was always behind the camera, but I always also wanted to be performing. So in high school, I continued to do musical theater. And then when I got to college, I started studying communications and more like the business of entertainment. And I also took some film courses. And then after college, I started working for the Tribeca Film Festival and kind of developed a lot of great relationships within the kind of indie film community. And then I spent many years from 2012 to 2018 producing viral videos at an ad agency called Think Modo. We were a boutique marketing agency, creative agency, and our specialty was creating viral promotions for horror movies. So some of the films that we promoted with pretty well-known viral videos were a film called Devil's Due, where we did a video where we pranked people in New York City with a little animatronic, devil baby. We did The Girl in the Coffee Shop with the telekinetic powers. We did the Rings promo where we scared people at an electronics store. So I was producing.
Samara, when she came out the TV?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So I created all those.
I would have kicked that bitch back in there.
Yeah. I made all those viral videos.
I love it.
That's Devil Baby. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Is that the found
Look at that face.
One?
Holy shit.
Russell, didn't we watched that one in theaters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Dude.
Devil's Due.
This? Oh, you watched the movie in theaters. I thought you saw this ad in the theater. I'm like, that's wild, dude.
Yeah.
I remember Devil's Due. I liked that one.
Yeah, no, the film was, I think our promo was better than the actual film, but
I agree.
I was trying to be nice.
I agree.
That was oftentimes the case.
Maybe I liked the other one.
Performed better than
I didn't like Rings either, but we can.
I think there's two found footage baby movies like that, and I think I might have actually liked the other one and not Devil's Due.
That was called Devil's Due. It was like a Rosemary's Baby remake. But actually, that really kind of connects to the premiere because years later, after that company shut down, I moved out to Sag Harbor during COVID, and I met my now creative partner, Miles, and we started our own company, and we were trying to replicate that business model. So we were pitching ideas to studios to come up with viral video ideas to market their titles. And around that time, Scream 5 had been announced, and it was about to come out. So we pitched this idea to Paramount to make what was a viral video to promote Scream 5. And the concept was we'll create a trailer for what looks like a documentary about this eccentric theater producer trying to make a musical version of Scream. And they liked the idea, but they thought it was a little too funny. And Scream 5 was like the reboot. They wanted it to be like a scary marketing campaign. So they didn't greenlight the project. But Miles and I felt that we had a good idea. And because we had the equipment and we, live in a small town, it was the off season. I had just taken an improv comedy class at a local theater. We thought we have enough resources to make like a proof of concept to share with the studio to try and like convince them to do it. So we made this proof of concept with, myself as the character. And even though Paramount didn't, go for it, we felt that the response we got on YouTube and just on social media was strong enough to justify trying to raise money to make a feature-length version of this film. But it was always about, we used Scream as like the foundation to kind of hook people, but we always knew that it was going to be this like kind of character piece about this kind of kooky, eccentric, egocentric character in the Hamptons and make it, a satirical, dry comedy. So then over the course of several years through, various rounds of crowdfunding and investment and production, we shot this feature length film. And as I mentioned before you joined, it was completely improvised. We did not have one page of dialogue printed. We had
all the characters.
all the
Wow,
characters.
okay.
And we had a concept. We had a concept, right? Like an outline for each scene, kind of what we wanted to achieve in that scene. But all the spoken dialogue is really just off the cuff, which made it
Oh
really
wow.
exciting and fun and spontaneous, but also very challenging to edit. But as
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
see, the finished product is, of course, an homage to Scream, but that kind of fades away at some point, and it becomes more about like a commentary, really, on the Hamptons and ego and
Oh yeah.
delusion, and this kind of
Yeah.
character
Very
that I
delusion, Delulu.
yeah.
You're great. How much of you is in this the character in the film that you play? How much is you, and how much is just like character?
Well, I would say that like a lot of the mannerisms and reactions that you see in the film are
Which is great.
kind of consistent with me, the real me, like the facial
Mhm.
expressions. I kind of act that way a lot, like in real life. But
I've been
of course,
seeing your Italy. You just went to Italy, and I've been seeing your posts where and it almost felt like an extension of the character from the
Yeah.
movie, just the way you were doing these kind of heightened things for Instagram.
yes, and that is definitely like intentional. But the actions that the character takes and the way that he communicates with the people around him, and of course his motivations and his ambitions are a character. That's not who I am personally, and I don't really. That's me acting, I suppose.
Well, that's a good medium. I think that's a good
Yeah.
medium. Okay. So
Can
so-
I let me
Oh, yeah,
let me
go,
jump
Russ.
in here. Can I ask who edited the movie?
That would be me as well.
How come you
Oh,
didn't
you
credit
did?
yourself?
I did credit myself.
I'm looking on IMDb. I don't see your name down
Oh,
there.
I don't remember if it was on IMDb or not. I should do that. I suppose I should add that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only
No,
ask
Okay.
because I know when you're dealing with no script, that can, like, I know people listening to the show, this is a thing that comes up all the time, where we had friends who made The Triangle and they had 200 hours
Oh,
of footage
yeah.
and no script, and you're finding the script in the editing bay. And I have this theory where, like, in film school, they always talk about like the director is the auteur, like, whether you like it or not, whoever's directing the movie like puts a part of them in it. But with in-world camera films, which is our broad term, that can combine the Blair Witch to Spinal Tap, I really think it's in the hand of the editor. So even though you're kind of like performing and being a character that's part you, I think a lot of you really comes through in the edit. And it like, I had to jump on here because I'm like, dude, it had to be you who edited this movie. Was
Yes.
that a choice that you knew going in you wanted to do it, or?
No, I mean, I was pretty naive. I thought that eventually we would have enough money to hire an editor, and then I also naively thought that an outside editor could take, hundreds of hours of raw footage
no.
and try and craft a story that only really I kind of had a vision for.
Right.
And it was more so like we could have given an editor like a roadmap, but it was the moments of comedy that we discovered, when we were going through the raw footage that we included, that I don't know if a unbiased random person who wasn't involved in the production would have even noticed or, chosen to include. And I felt that because the whole concept and vision was like based on my sense of humor, really, and what I think is funny, I had to be the one to choose those funny moments.
Right.
And of course, in doing so, I had to eliminate a lot of really funny moments because they just didn't serve the story. And we had to, deal with things like continuity and all that stuff. And that had to inform some of our creative choices. But I don't know that I'm sure another person could have created a very entertaining film, but it might not have maintained that same style of comedy that this version does, because I chose which moments and which takes to include,
Right.
because I felt
when to
that they were
hold on
funny.
somebody for
Right.
comedic effect, or when to cut away to a certain that kind of stuff. Definitely I think
it's
personality
funny.
comes through.
A lot of editors who operate in this medium, they share more with like YouTube content creators, because you hear that a lot from people who, because when you're on like YouTube or you're doing like content, you need to put out X amount of videos a week. And a lot of the time, if they don't have your sensibility, it's hard to just hire a fleet of editors to capture that. So, okay, 2 more on this topic. How much footage did you end up with? You said hundreds of hours, and
Oh, definitely. I mean, we shot like at least 80 scenes, and each scene, I think we definitely shot several hours.
and multi-camera.
Multi-camera, various takes.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Do you have any ballpark idea? Because you may be in competition for the most I've ever heard.
Oh, I doubt that. I mean,
200 is the, believe it or not, there's the movie Descent into Darkness. I believe Raphael said he had 82 hours. And again, I know that, but then Adam Stillwell said he had over 200 for the Triangle.
For the Triangle, yeah.
So,
I mean, I would say I'm fairly certain we shot on like 80 different occasions, because I remember I had a spreadsheet of like every scene that we filmed, and like I would kind of play around with the order of them as a blueprint for editing, and we shot at least like 4 to 8 hours on each occasion. So if you average like 5 hours times 75 scenes, let's say, that's
wow, you had a lot of setups too, because you're
Holy
not doing a
shit.
lot of shaky
That's a lot of
cam
math.
running gun. Your stuff looks pretty good. Did you have a lighting crew?
no.
Okay.
We had
really?
we had one, director of photography, Michael Candelori, who's excellent. And then my partner, Miles, shot the majority of the B camera. And then for some scenes, like the climax at the screening, we had 3 more cameras, but,
Mm-hmm.
and in some scenes, we also had a 3rd camera on a tripod, but no lighting. We didn't have a sound department. We just had like lav mics, either,
That's a crazy amount of footage, and it does look really great for
It does.
not having like a lighting crew and stuff. But I thought that I had like a daunting task editing like
Oh no.
I don't know what I have 35 or 40 hours of footage and single cam, and like you have so much more than that. Like that's just thinking about that edit is a fucking nightmare.
It was a nightmare. It was a 16-month nightmare that almost put me in an early grave.
Your movie looks like $1 million though. Like,
Yeah.
it kind of like earlier we were talking about Errol Morris and kind of comparing Evan's movie to that. And you had equated yours to that too. But really your production to me felt more like Christopher Guest, which it's kind of a compliment. And it's also, I, as a like indie fan, I tend to, my eyes kind of glaze whenever things are like so polished. But dude, hearing your skeleton crew, dude, you pulled off a
Accomplished
very
that,
good looking product. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I would say I can attribute most of that to really the generosity of like the community of Sag Harbor and all of the wonderful locations that we were given permission to shoot in, because that is something we never could have, paid for. And it's not like a set that we could have like created or art directed. So I'm talking about restaurants and retail spaces and theaters and all these amazing locations that give the film this really like rich, like visual quality and make it look a lot more like the production value a lot higher than.
It makes you feel a lot bigger too, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
And-
No, I'm very, very grateful for that. And I was very proud of going through the footage to see like how much like visual diversity there was, even though it was even though it's an hour and 45 minutes of mostly me talking and my stupid face, there's still a lot of amazing visuals surrounding that.
Well, it's
Off topic.
important because most of it is you talking. And I think if you had a weaker production or a more indie looking product, it wouldn't read as true. Because the guy that you're playing wouldn't have, like, if he's going to rip off a crew of people, he's going to make sure they're good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, the integrity of the film, I just don't think it would have worked if it was a little bit rougher.
Yeah.
Okay, Terrell. I just had to like. It's important narratively, just dealing with like the in-world camera kind of story you were telling.
One more like detail on that before I forget, because I found this to be very interesting. I was during the shooting process as a director. I you know, I have OCD, so I'm very like meticulous when it comes to like things being straight and centered and perfect. And I always wanted to frame the shot so beautifully, and I wanted like camera operators to hold very still, right? And I thought that I would want the whole film to look very like clean and polished. And while it does, I found myself in the edit like looking for those moments of shakiness or camera movement or things to add and punctuate, because I just those are the moments that I found myself like loving the most, those imperfect moments that were kind of happy accidents. I tried to include a few of those because it just and
makes it feel way more authentic.
Way more authentic. And it really does make the camera feel like a character when you have that sense of motion.
Yeah. Yeah. What were you gonna say, Terrell? I got something. But
nothing.
I don't want to.
You can jump. Well, I was just gonna ask what your sign was.
Okay.
I'm a Capricorn.
Funny, me too.
Nice. No, you're not. You're
Capricorn.
a
We'll get along. We're earthen creatures. That's why.
So what are you? And why? Like what do you know about Capricorns? What
a
nothing.
Taurus.
I just was the way you were acting. He's a Taurus. I'm a Virgo.
Oh yeah. Can you tell?
Period.
So we're all Earth signs.
I'm a fire sign. I'm an Aries.
Oh, figures.
He's so into himself. All right, Evan, your turn. Jump in.
Well, no, I was
He don't cut us off.
I'm just curious about the satire, because I feel like the whole movie is so like it's kind of a two-part question. One is,
Yeah, we know.
what?
Let me pour up. Come on, Evan.
No, I'm just wondering, is it exclusive to the Hamptons,
Cheers,
this
Sam.
like fluency in satire, or is it like a New York? Because you have it, everybody in the movie has it, and previously to your movie, I think my only exposure to the Hamptons was watching Tim Dillon, and that's his whole shtick is satire. So it's like, it feels like everything I've seen from this area is just like, it's very satirical. Do you think that's like a trait of the area, or what does that come from?
Gosh, it's a good question. It's so good that I'm challenged to have an answer. I don't know that
if you can't answer that,
there
what's
is
your
something
relationship?
inherently. I think there is something inherently satirical about the Hamptons, because it's such like a microcosm of like, frankly, like wealth and excess and people that are like, you know, titans of industry. And there's just like so many personalities and, you know, interesting people here that I think kind of become like caricatures of like I don't know. I'm not articulating this the way I'd like to be, but essentially, I mean, if you're not familiar with the Hamptons, it's, you know, it's a very affluent area 2 hours from the city, but it has a reputation, and there's a lot of stereotypes about the people in the Hamptons. And while that is true, it's also an incredible community of, you know, farmers and fishermen and artists and, you know, full-time local people who are not at all like the stereotype of the Hamptons. So we actually tried to kind of show that in the film by including like
There's farmers
a lot of
in the Hamptons?
businesses and
They be
yes, the
farming
whole
cows and
community.
shit. I didn't know that.
Not so much cows.
They got, and horses and
turkeys.
animals.
There's a lot of horses. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
But no,
I
I
learned
think
something
that
new.
Kristen might want to help me answer this question. What am I trying to say about it's?
I think it's a love
Hey,
letter.
Kristen. Tell her we said hi. Hey, girl.
Hi, Kristen.
Yes,
I
girl.
think it's a love letter to the Hamptons that was. I think that
A love letter to the
Hamptons
Hamptons that was.
I think that the Hamptons has this reputation of being what people see on television.
People see on television, whether it's on Billions or Revenge or what.
Yeah.
All these, like,
Real
yeah, the Housewives.
The Housewives. Yep. Period.
But it is a bubble a bit, and there are things that like people in the Hamptons experience that are just so absurd and unrelatable to like the rest of the country. It's an area like, some places in LA, I imagine, where it's just like,
and we're dealing with what people see on television.
Right.
People that live here, the community that's here, we're dealing with all these.
Tell her to come over to the mic. We
Come
want
over
to
to the
wanna
mic.
We
see
can
her.
hear her. I want to see what she
but
looks like.
essentially,
Hey, girl,
I mean,
who's this?
You saw her in the movie.
Not really
Oh,
dressed
let me see.
appropriately,
Oh,
really.
my
Hi.
girl.
it's
Yes.
easy to essentially
Hi.
it's easy to make fun of. It's easy to make fun of the Hamptons because
Mhm.
it can be a ridiculous, absurd place. And so,
it's
yeah.
very sheltered. It's very
Yeah.
sheltered in the sense that,
It's a bubble.
yeah.
It's a bubble.
You gotta have money. Evan, you
but
ain't
when
got
you-
it.
Two
You ain't
very
going.
opposite ends of the spectrum.
It's a bubble from Memorial Day to Labor Day, if that makes it really is this place
Yeah.
that in the summer months during this high season, it's infiltrated by people who then become like the poster children for the area, and they so outside of those months, it really is like a small town filled with really interesting,
Yeah.
smart,
farmers. I did
successful
not know that.
people.
And it is
um,
interesting because your cast in your movie is kind of, it feels made up of almost like small town characters, even though they're different in a lot of ways from the small town characters here where I'm at. There's definitely like a parallel in terms of how they're sort of like outliers to like normal, what people think of as like average people, So
Mhm.
it's like, what was the process of getting all these people in your movie? Like, what were these friends? Did you have a whole casting process?
Oh yeah, no
I got a
casting.
text message. Show up here, bring 2 outfits.
Yeah,
Like,
show up.
and then 4 years later, here I am.
Yeah, exactly. It's really true. No, there was no formal casting process. These are all like personal friends or members of the community that I know. Many of whom are not performers or actors. They're just like real citizens of Sag Harbor, and yeah, I'm just grateful that they were willing to, participate.
Hold on.
But we also chose to shoot this film in the off season, because the summer is just too crazy that we would never have been able to achieve any of this, in the summer. But we wanted to show the Hamptons in the off season when it is the local community, as opposed to the summer elite, crowds.
That makes sense.
Okay. Well, you still got Kristen there. Who put this on IMDb? Do you see the trivia question down here?
What does it say?
Tell you about this.
Yes. Go ahead, Kristen.
I'm coming here.
Oh wait, why did she gain 20 pounds?
No.
Sam, you make this
Who
girl
did that?
eat all this food for this movie?
Oh,
the hell?
I didn't see that one. I only saw the one about Sam. Did you change it?
Kristen, why did it make you gain 20 pounds?
Because
Were you a stick?
okay, so this is going to be low key truth. I just watched it for the first time and said, "Oh my lord, I was chunky." The camera apparently adds like 50 pounds, so I just
Oh my
in an
God.
effort to like make sure people knew I didn't look like that anymore. I added that myself.
No, you
So I
did
guess
not.
I just happened to be a little chunkier than I thought I would have been. But
Incredible.
now I don't look like that, so I'm just reminding people I don't look like that all the time.
Did you replace the one about me with this
No,
one?
that's on my.
Yeah, I saw
Oh.
you
No,
gain
it's on
30
hers.
pounds for this role. And I was like, 30
Yeah.
pounds where? Your ass?
My face,
Because
my
you don't
hair.
look like, I'm so
My hair.
confused.
No, my
Your
weight
hair.
fluctuated. You can tell like which scenes were filmed early on and which scenes were filmed later, or at least I can. And the reason I'm wearing a hat in
couldn't at all.
80%
I
of the
couldn't
film is
tell.
because my hair, the length of my hair varied so much.
It was a long filming
Mm.
process.
It was a very
so
long
it wasn't
filming process.
Like, and there were moments that like he had an original cut of it, and then he's like, "Wait, I need to add a scene to like tie things in." And I showed up, and he's like, "What did you do to your hair?"
Oh no.
I got something done. And he's like, continuity, Kristen, put this beanie on. I said, I'm not going to wear it.
Oh, he's just like in the movie. I love it. I love
delivery
his
was not
character.
that
He was my
hard.
Sam. You were fun to watch. What else are you working on? You got to be doing something else because you was fun.
Well, we
Uh-oh.
obviously have like lots of ideas on how to like, you know, expand this universe of characters and this world we created. And that's very exciting. We've got ideas for a continuation to this story or like
So this?
an
Oh, yeah. I want to know where
episodic-
that old lady went. She the killer.
Mhm.
I want to know where that old lady went. She looking too sus to me. Yes.
I'm
sorry,
She will
spoiler.
reappear in some form in a future version of this for sure. But honestly, like I don't have anything concrete that I'm working on. I'm really just trying to like enjoy, you know, the completion of this, which took so many years, and you know, I poured so much of myself into, and I want to focus on marketing this film as opposed to like trying to make another one right now. I do have a documentary project that I've been working on for many, many years that if the stars align, I would like to proceed with, but that kind of depends upon many other people supporting it and participating, and I'm not sure they're there yet. But really, this for me was a return to, you know, my early days of, you know, performing and wanting to entertain, and I enjoy being silly and making people laugh more than anything. So
Period.
I would like to continue, you know, in the comedy space for sure.
I love it. Did you? So this is on Amazon Prime. This is streaming. Y'all can go watch it, listening. But is this going to get like a physical media? I love to collect, like I said. So I would love this on Blu-ray. Is this going to come out on physical media, or is that in the works?
It's a conversation. I think we may do like a limited run of Blu-ray discs for people like yourself who appreciate like that hard copy.
Yes.
We'll send you one if we
You
ever
like to
do.
hold it. Don't you like to hold something? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I know
Look at,
exactly. what you
yeah,
mean.
you know exactly
Yeah.
what I mean. So I'm just
Well,
saying.
there's a clip from the episode right there.
I
for
know.
sure.
Period. Just saying. Okay,
I'd like
cool.
to be
That's all I want.
holding a Golden Globe or
Yeah, I know
People's
you
Choice
do.
Award.
I bet. Me too.
Best
me
musical
too.
or comedy.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I have no doubt after following your trip to Italy recently, which after I get done with this bit,
Are you stalking him?
I'll let you
Oh
tell
my
us
God.
about
How
that.
you
But
know
no,
you went to Italy?
No, we're Instagram friends.
Oh yeah, you just followed me back. I was wondering. Yes, we got it. Clock that.
Are you the footage
Yes.
Foreplay account?
Terrell
Or you
runs
got-
the footage for
Yeah, but you also followed my other one, Terrell88. Turn up.
I do. Yes.
Yeah, you can
go way
but
back.
yeah, I heard a lot about Airbnbs during all these videos, so I'm sure that no matter what you shoot, Airbnbs will come into play in some way.
I'm hoping Airbnb comes in as a sponsor. Yeah.
Your producer Lee seems to be somewhat of a connoisseur, huh?
Lisa, yes, I would.
Lisa,
a producer
okay.
would be.
Oh, get the name right, Evan.
Oh, I guess yes, she is a producer on the film. Yes, she is a producer. That she is. Almost forgot about that.
In your video, you just mentioned that she can't have a conversation without bringing up Airbnb, and it cracks me up. So
This is true.
But,
and now here we are talking about it. She'll get a kick out of this.
well, what was that? Just a vacation you went on over there, and what'd you do?
What the hell is this
Yeah,
question?
so-
I saw you.
I don't
no,
know,
it looked
it's
rad.
weird.
He was doing all kind of cool shit and like posted pictures of it and stuff, and it looked rad.
Yeah. So in addition to filmmaking, I manage a restaurant here in Sag Harbor, and the
what
summer
kind of food?
is
I like to
insane.
eat.
Italian food. It's a
Hell
wonderful
yeah.
Italian
Nice.
restaurant. So the summer is really crazy for us. We work like insane hours from Memorial Day to Labor Day. So I like to go away the week after Labor Day every year just to kind of get away and decompress. And I'm Italian American, so I kind of really enjoy the Italian culture. So I like to go to Italy every September. And Lisa and I have traveled a bit together. And this was our latest excursion. And it was great. We really actually didn't do much aside from eat, drink, and swim and lay in the sun,
sounds
which was
great.
really
Hell yeah!
It sounds
perfect.
amazing.
In fact, last year at this time, I had to call my or cut my trip short because I was in Sicily and I got the first sound mix from my sound guy, and I like had a panic attack because I just knew that I had so many notes and so many things that I wanted to fix, and we had a very strict deadline for the Hamptons Film Festival to get the film finished and delivered. So I knew I had to fly back and sit with this guy in the room. I couldn't try and like do all the notes and revisions remotely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Sicily. That sounds like
shit.
Sophia. That's the first thing I think of when I hear the word Sicily.
Sophia.
If you know, you know. Sicily.
Oh, Sophia
You
Petrillo.
get it? Yes! I thought I was like, I don't get it. Oh, never mind. The joke is horrible.
I don't get it.
I don't
It's a
either.
Golden Girls.
Golden
It's a Golden
Girls.
Girls.
Oh damn! Now I regret that.
Now
Y'all
I'm
suck.
embarrassed to
Never
say I didn't
mind.
get
He got
it.
it. Sam got it. He with me.
I got it.
I have
Or
Golden Girls
Kristen.
socks and I didn't get it. That's fucked up, dude. I gotta throw those away now.
Mm-hmm. They're probably crunchy. Put them things away. Anyways.
All right. Can I ask Sam about his movie again? Are you all done?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're done riffing. Go ahead.
Now, you as an impromptu editor, we ended on a feature that's an hour and 46. I'm curious, what's the longest version of this movie that you had?
Not much longer. I think like there was a version that was probably 6 or 7 minutes longer.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
Is
Wow.
that a
Okay,
lot?
then you're pretty restrained. Because normally when people come into this, their first cut is like 240.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what the fuck? Like we can't watch that.
No, if someone would have allowed me to make a 2 hour and 40-minute version, I probably would have. But I had some sounding boards like around me at the time that kind of encouraged me to keep it as short as possible. And even still, I'm very happy with the length. I know that I've seen some people criticize that it's too long. I think if you can't sit through an hour and 45-minute film, then maybe you should just watch episodic television, because I don't think that that's too long.
What do you do, Terrell? I'm fucking.
I watch episodic television and I watch long movies. What are you talking about?
I just
watch
think-
Marvel.
No.
Marvel be
I'm just
3
doing
hours
your little
long.
clap
What are you
with the
talking
snapping.
about?
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
you're trying to come for me, bitch.
I think I call you
Anyway.
a size queen, dude.
No, I'm stealing your bit
No,
of clapping for him with my snap.
I resent that, like, that criticism that a film is too long, because I felt that I didn't think there was much fat personally. I think that if every scene, at least from my point of view, was deliberate, and if you watch it again and again, you'll understand why it was included, because it connects to another like story point, because it's kind of an intricate story if you follow it from start to finish.
Yeah.
Like the climax is pretty dramatic, so you want there to be a build, and it's also, like I said, ultimately it's a character study, so you want to develop the character and you want to allow enough time for people to understand the character and then either root for him or root against him. But I'm sure there could have been a 90-minute version that people would have enjoyed.
No.
Maybe more,
Okay.
but
Yeah, get rid of that. Again, dealing with like in-world camera stuff, I feel like runtime, the quality of the production, the length that it took, and continuity errors, all of that is feeding into the narrative. So at a certain point in your movie, it does start to feel off the rails, but it felt deliberate to me.
Mhm.
Like, this is like a documentary without an ending. And it's a dude who's trying to hold on until we get there. And it felt like, as an audience member, that, that was all deliberate. My one complaint about this film is that I felt like I was being gaslit, because to me, you weren't annoying at all. But everybody around you was treating you like you were this villain. And I'm like, I almost thought it was like part of the story.
Oh,
Like,
I
when
like that.
No, when I finished watching it, I asked both of them. I'm like, was everybody tripping? Because, you do an interview, walk away, and then like sound guy would walk up and be like, man, that guy's a fucking douche. And I'm like, dude, I'm not seeing it. And I'm like, I'm not seeing
I
it.
thought he was the best character in the damn movie. It's in that old lady. That's the killer. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't get it.
Yeah, no, I think the thing is that like everybody else around you is it's not like they're some saints or anything, or they're perfect. Like, I think it becomes so muddied because there's so much level playing field between all the characters, that I think that's maybe why you didn't think he was.
Well,
so,
he didn't feel...
his character had one goal and one goal, period. He didn't care about nothing else. Like, literally,
Right.
as it got to, shit hit the fan, and this character did not care about X, Y, and Z. It's just, did my shit, I can't want to spoil too much more, but yeah, it was great. Like, I don't know. That's why I was like, I fucked with it. I thought it was fun.
No, I think that's a very valid point. But frankly, the one goal of the character is to, it's very self-serving, the character's goals, and he's clearly like an egomaniac and really only cares about his image, and I think that's why, like, you can justify the characters around him, assuming that they maybe know him better and have had even more interactions than we're seeing. Like, we kind of like assume that the other characters have a history with Sam, or people know him. He has a reputation for being this kind of obnoxious, annoying, selfish human being, but with some redeeming qualities, I think.
So I also, after thinking about it, here's the thing, and I don't want to just lay it out there, but the third act takes a like genre turn, and there's kind of this story that bubbles up in the background, and you get accused of maybe murdering somebody. And I thought that was so interesting because like you said earlier, you kind of lose the Scream plot early on. And it's kind of like, as a horror fan, that's why I wanted to show up. And I'm kind of like, oh, okay, we're drifting into like more of just a mockumentary thing. But then in that third act, you're like, wait a minute, is this some like 4D chess kind of like zoomed out Scream thing happening? And what felt like we were getting an intimate view of you, maybe we're not seeing the real you. And maybe you did run somebody over, which at that point in the movie, I was like, there's no fucking way. Like, I was just convinced. I'm like, he did not run her over. Like, at least I had become sure that you would want to be on camera doing it if you had done it. So I was like, but like, yeah, I came out kind of like, holy shit, I have to. And then Terrell was already there. He had theories and everything. And I'm like, fuck, I sure
did. Yes,
I picked up on it.
But I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to spoil the movie. Come on now.
Well, don't spoil it. But I do think that is an important thing to mention because, we deal so much with horror that this movie does have kind of a thoughtful on and off the camera kind of story being told here. And like, was that your intention from the beginning?
Not from the very beginning, but it became our intention about halfway through when we realized that we couldn't make a musical. We knew we didn't have the resources to actually like do that. So we had to make the narrative focus on something else. So we thought, the movie about the musical. But even then, we wanted there to be like some higher stakes for the character, and we wanted there to be a big dramatic conclusion, and we wanted the character to like get kind of what was coming to him all along. So it made perfect sense for there to be some sort of mysterious death and then a little bit of a whodunit angle, which kind of strengthened the connection to Scream.
So with no screenplay, was there ever a on-camera kind of attempt to make the musical happen?
Not in real life.
No. Okay. You never entertained that.
No, all of those scenes were just purely for the purpose of like we staging those scenes to suggest that we were making a musical, but never actually tried to or intended to make.
I love that.
An actual musical.
Have you seen like a Scream musical like locally?
I have seen. I haven't seen it personally, but I've seen images of it, and I've heard about an unofficial Scream parody musical that.
Yeah, me and Russell actually went to one a couple of years ago here in San Francisco. They put one on for like a whole month, like select nights, and it was so
that might have been what I saw.
Russ?
Yeah, that might have been. That might have been what I saw.
I had too much fun. We were drunk as hell, and I remember I got up on stage with all the ghost faces, and I got in trouble. It was an event. It was nice. But they knew me in there. They knew me in the bar. They know who I am.
You got in trouble? What is this?
It was the local gay bar Oasis out here. They had the Scream the musical, and I know her. She's great. And she
is it with drag performers?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was the drag queens in a mixture.
Oh,
There's
amazing.
other people too. I love that. Was Sydney. Yeah, it was great. That's Billy.
Oh, look at Tatum.
He got into his little tidy whities. Oh, that's
Right?
Tea. That's Lisa Frankenstein, drag queen Lisa Frankenstein. This was so much fun. They danced and they had other characters come out, and it was really fun. And
That looks like
I don't know,
fun.
Russell, did you forget about that? We were
No, I
drunk,
remember. I remember because
Okay.
we pounded one of those large buzz balls right before going in.
but We did.
My
We
wife
killed
was
it.
pregnant. She didn't have any.
Yep, she was.
But we went in there and they had a little room. It was cool. They had a staging room and then they would move you into the larger theater in groups. But
Yep.
what they were doing is having like a mini performance. So they would have Drew Barrymore come out and do a thing and then you would move into the room. But Terrell, we were the first people in there.
We were.
And they had ghost face everywhere. So they were
And I
like
didn't know there were
mannequins of
people
ghost
in
face.
there. No, some
Well,
of them were
we didn't know
people.
that. And Terrell
Yeah, I didn't-
ran on stage, took a
I need a
selfie with
picture.
one of them.
Yep.
And then somebody ran up and was like, "Hey, dude, you can't be up there." And he was like, "Oh, my bad." And then hella people tried to get up there. They bounced all of them. And then it turned out there was somebody in there just like rolling with it.
Yeah.
But
Oh my
that's what it's
God.
like going out with Terrell.
Yes.
I look forward to experiencing that.
You
Next
should.
March.
You have
Yes.
to.
Yeah, you
It'll
got to
be-
come hang out at Unnamed Footage Festival.
I'm going
It'll be
to.
super fun.
I love. Where's the title like derived from? Unnamed Footage Festival.
So, I mean, just, with marketing, there are words that carry a lot of like baggage. And in if we're going to, so in-world camera is the thing that I keep saying now.
Mhm.
And that's in an attempt to add screen life, POV horror, hybrid films, which are movies that have like half the movie shot by characters and the other half traditional. And it's like none of those have anything that works as well as found footage horror. And the thing is, found footage is another genre completely different.
Right.
Where like, you buy a yacht used and you go on there and there's a bunch of family videos and it's like, oh, look, found footage. Shout out to the Found Footage Fest, who definitely hate us because those words are just so commonly mixed up.
Yeah.
So people will go to their fest and they're like, oh, you're showing the Blair Witch? And they're like, fuck no, never. And then people show up at ours and we're like, we're mostly doing a horror thing here. So Unnamed Footage Fest is kind of like the perfect name to confuse everybody.
I like
So
it.
whenever they do podcasts, it's like, oh yeah, the Unnamed Footage Found Footage Festival. And we're like, no. Every time everybody gets it wrong. So
Yeah.
it's both perfect and the worst name.
Yeah, no,
Right.
I'm excited for you to come out though. That'll be fun. You'll get to experience. I've been banned from mushrooms though, so you won't get to experience
Oh,
me
God.
doing
You're bringing that
Q&As
up.
on
Not with you.
mushrooms. So-
Who banned you?
well, to
So
be fair, my
Evan-
friends did, but maybe I
He
could
should
take
have
him
banned
anyway.
himself.
Yeah.
I know.
It was all
Who
bad.
banned him was me because I had him intro and do a Q&A to a movie and I did not know that he had just partook in fucking much, which is normally fine. You know what? Go ahead and party. If you go across the bridge to Oakland, you can just fucking buy them.
Yeah.
So whatever.
You picked
But-
them. Sure.
This bitch, from what I heard, the guy who sold them to you was like, oh yeah, Evan said they really fuck him up and he just took
He
them.
just gave them to me. I didn't buy them.
Yeah, you don't have
Okay. All right. He took a hand. Anyway, the rest of the night, Evan was in the bathroom puking.
Yeah.
And we
Dude,
could
but
hear
I
him.
crushed those fucking 3 Q&As. Well, I crushed 2 of them. The third one was a little questionable.
You only did one. You only did one like that, and then the rest of the night you tapped out.
Yeah, after the no, I did 2, but they weren't. I wasn't all that fucked up yet, so it was okay. You know.
You were.
This is what
you're
ran
missing
off
out on,
that
Sam.
stage. I exited the bathroom. You ran in and Ralphed. You were just done.
I did. I
You
did. I was
did.
fucking
I was
out
like,
the
is
rest
he
of the night.
okay? And then you came out like you were dying. You fell asleep on the little couch thing. You were a hot mess express, period. So, never again.
Well, fuck, we're running out of time, and I wanted to like crowbar in because Sam, I think you have the right like sensibility to really make a reality TV show happen. And there's such like Terrell's been a part of ORGs. Do you know anything about ORGs?
No.
They're online reality games. But
Yeah.
then on top of that, we have
Games?
like, yeah.
Yeah, like
Go ahead,
competition shows. Like I did, like I competed in one, a couple of them, but I did a long-term one, like about a month and a half, 2 months, and I made top 5. You know, like competition shows, you do challenges, you make connections,
Yeah.
like Big Brother, Survivor. So it's like that, but you do it online.
The
through, like, Zoom
Traders.
and shit.
Yep.
Yeah, traders. Yeah, and I've done one like that. But anyways, this one was like a long-term game. We did challenges. Did like, they give you like challenges like, oh, you got to do like an acting challenge. It's like a mixture of Drag Race and everything put together. There's like a lip sync challenge. There's like all this stuff. I made top 5. I would have won. I had the jury, but the person I was like aligned with knew they couldn't beat me, so they threw me under, and then I got cut. But it is what it is. But I had fun. But those things, I don't know. I love reality TV, so that kind of stuff was fun for me.
That sounds like a lot of fun. So I'm a big Housewives fan, and I years ago watched Survivor and Big Brother. I'm big into the Traitors.
Oh, I love Traitors.
I would love to participate in a show like that. So this is a virtual, like online reality show
it's
competition?
Like an online thing. Yeah. There's a lot of them throughout like Facebook and stuff like that, and they're pretty fun.
Yeah, but the problem is the production isn't there. Like, people don't understand how to, like, there's something, everybody always talks about reality TV and how it's like not real. And that's like as much as the conversation goes on. But the production and the storytelling is all made in the editing room. Like, you pick, like, that's, on RuPaul. That's why they say, oh, you got the good edit. You know what I mean? Like, people understand you can make the storylines, you can make the whole show.
You can manipulate it, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, you did such a good job with the production. I'm like, God, it seems like you're a fan. It's kind of like begging it. And I've been trying to get Terrell. I'm like, dude, we should try and do something like that. Like,
we should.
In the horror world, Shudder just did one, right? They had a reality show.
Yeah, and
I
wish I knew about that.
I feel like we could pull this off.
Because I could have did that.
Yeah, or MTV back in the day did one called Fear. And they had everybody, they would basically blindfold them, drop them off at a location, force them to watch like the equivalent of a YouTube video, giving them context to the haunted house they're in. And then they would all have challenges where they would have a body mounted camera that aimed at their face and one forward. And it's like, now go out, sit in the room where the little girl bled to death and play with the Ouija board for a half hour. And it's like, and if you tap out, you lose.
Right.
Like, and then somebody else has to, and it's like, dude, we could do that. So I don't know. We're in such an interesting time with like Zeus Network, and they're kind of like raunchy reality TV and stuff. I'm like, I don't know, Sam. I feel like you got to get out there.
I've never heard of Zeus Network, but
all right, Terrell,
sign me up.
It's like the.
I mean,
Zeus
listen,
Network
I
is
love
ratchet as hell.
Yeah,
it's like Bad
I
Girls
love
Club,
like BET, but a streaming service.
Yeah, it's like Bad Girls Club. They rebooted and they call it Baddies. I don't know if you remember Bad Girls Club and Natalie from that show.
Oh yeah, of course.
She brings some of the girls back and gets new girls, and all they do is stream and fight the whole episode. It's just ratchet. But yeah, I watch it every Sunday.
But it's behind a paywall, so they're like making
like
too.
Patreon.
It's like Jocelyn's Cabaret.
Yeah.
I'm definitely drawn to, anything unscripted. And I love reality television. In fact, I think there's an iteration of this film, I think, that exists that is kind of a hybrid reality sketch comedy show, because like all of these people in the film are like real people that live in Sag Harbor, and they're all people in my kind of orbit. And I think there's a show that exists there where I am me, and you're following me in my day-to-day life as Sam, but I'm also kind of performing a little bit, and there's like little bits that I'm doing with different people. So it's something I would love to explore.
I mean, that sounds
make
tight.
it happen.
Let's do it.
Evan, get your contacts over at Bloomhouse. Get them to give us a couple million.
I will.
All right.
I'll hit up Jason after we get done.
Before we go,
What up, Jason?
I know we started with Scream. Did you finish? I'm gonna just end with Scream a little bit. Did you start that book that you posted? Since now I'm stalking you.
I just got it today.
Your favorite?
You just
got it today. Okay.
Just came today, so I'll probably start reading it sometime like early 2027. Like my
Yep.
It's a quick read. I don't read books.
I'm really excited to dive in. And they're actually having anyone that's listening to this that's in the Long Island area, the Southampton Playhouse is hosting like a screening of Scream in late October, and that author Ashley Cullens is going to be attending for a Q&A.
Oh, nice!
I want to meet her.
Yeah.
She did great with
Where
that
are you
book.
based, girl? Are you're in LA or California?
San Francisco.
Oh, you're in
area.
San
Me and
Francisco.
Russell.
Yeah, both of them are. Yeah.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah, but that book is great. Like each section, like every couple chapters takes place about one. Like the first movie has the bulk of the book, and then like the next couple chapters is Scream 2, and it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, interviews, and they talk about Scream
No, I'm
7.
looking
It goes through
forward
all
to
of them, 1 through 7. They skip over the TV show, but it's very. I don't know. I love.
Oh,
it.
they talked about Scream 7, really? The upcoming one?
Yeah, there's a couple
Oh,
of the
interesting.
last chapter. There's some. Yeah,
We have not.
I don't want to spoil it.
We haven't seen anything about Scream 7 yet. Like, no visuals. Nothing yet.
Not yet. No teaser yet. It's coming soon, supposedly, and it hits theaters February 26th. I can't wait.
Mm. And Evan, what stage is your film at?
Sort of the end part of post-production. Like, we're getting close now. As soon as our virtual film festival that's coming up here in another like couple weeks is over, I'm going to be kind of full steam ahead on the edit again, and I'm hoping by the end of October to have it like sent off for grading and mixing, you know.
Nice.
Yeah, you gotta watch this
congrats
movie. I
on
want to
that.
see what you think of his, because me and Russ saw
I would
Russell
love
there.
to.
I'll send you
Yeah.
a teaser when we get done here. I'll
Okay,
send you
cool.
the teaser.
And Russell's in a
forward to it.
movie.
Yeah.
In a movie, nice.
Yeah.
No, it's not like that.
Oh.
I was like a PA and I just got in front of the camera a bunch. But yeah.
boom operator.
No, I think I
RV
realized
operator,
I
dude.
was probably brought out for like moral support. I think I was there to keep the energy high and people happy. Which, you know, I'm all, hey, that's fine. I'll
Yeah.
come hang out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no talent here. None here.
Yeah, filmmaking is fun.
Oh, whatever, dude. He helped
No,
me
I'm
edit
not.
several parts of my movie and did a great job. So don't sell yourself short.
There we go.
Thanks, Evan.
All right, Sam. This was great.
We got sentimental and Terrell's like, all right, we got to move the fuck
No,
on,
you're
dude.
great. That's good. No, filmmaking's great. I had fun with the movie I did, which is coming out soon. I guess. I hope.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So stay tuned for that.
Oh,
Russell watched
Awesome.
it.
Thank you. Thank
how
you
the
guys.
tables have turned.
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course,
so before
dude.
you go,
Thank you
do you
for
wanna-
coming on.
Plug any websites or so people can get like updates from the movie.
Yeah,
you
and
can
all that good
follow-
stuff.
You can follow at the Premiere Film on Instagram, and you can watch the film on Amazon Prime and Apple TV. Just search for the Premiere. And I would suggest buying it versus renting it because it's definitely better the third time.
Hell yeah.
Period.
The first time it's good, the second time it sucks, the third time it's incredible. You're gonna want to watch it. I promise.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure, and thank you for joining
Likewise.
us. Yes,
Thank you
and
so
our crazy
much.
asses. Yeah, this is Footage Foreplay, and we're going to see you guys next time. Bye.
See y'all next week.
Sam, I love you, man.
Thanks for listening to Footage Foreplay. If you enjoy the show, please consider leaving a review, sharing it with a friend, or simply hitting like. These small gestures are a great free way to support this mayhem, and if you find some footage we should be fondling, email us at footageforeplay@gmail.com. Check back every Tuesday and Thursday for new episodes, and remember, don't skip the foreplay.